Hi, I'm David, and I'm here to talk to you about cryptocurrency price analysis for Thursday, April 25th, 2019. Today I'll be talking exclusively about Bitcoin. We just had a golden cross appear on the daily time frame, and I'll talk about what that means for the next few days and where it puts us in the larger market cycle. Are we about to get stopped out, or are we going to carry on to new heights above 6,000? So without further ado, don't forget to like and subscribe below. Let's get right into it. Alright, so let's take a pretty long look at Bitcoin here. We're going to start here on the 4-hour, but then we're going to zoom out, talk about not just where we're at now, but larger trends, where we're going, what might be about to happen next. So, where do we begin? Well, you can see, everyone's pretty familiar that ever since April 1st, we've been doing well. It's got a pretty clearly defined upward trending channel here. We've tested outside of it a couple times, but every time we have, a psychological level has caught us or stopped us out. Like, we've held above 5,000 pretty much ever since we got up there. We got stopped out a little above at 5,500 over here. But generally speaking, we're holding in this channel. We've got a nice 50 moving average that it's been responding well to, kind of forming the bottom of that channel. All signs are bullish, really. Yeah, the last 24 hours we've seen this bit of a dip, but as you can see, it's really nothing to be concerned about based on, look how we've had bigger dips. We're just testing the parameters of the channel. That's normal. I'd say there's nothing to worry about in the short run as long as we stay basically above 5,300. Again, sometimes we go outside the channel, we get stopped at a psychological. 5,300 proved to be really good resistance coming up. It should be good support. So as long as we stay above 5,300, I would not worry in the next couple days. Let's start zooming out and let's talk about what everyone's talking about right now. The golden cross right here. If you're not already familiar with the terminology, a golden cross is when a lower time period or shorter time period moving average passes above a longer time period moving average. So in our case, we have the 50-day moving average passing above the 200-day moving average. And that is a very bullish sign. And as you can see, the price has pretty much been spiking along with it. We've been retracted a little bit here, but you know. And many people have pointed out that it has not happened since just before the previous bull run in October 2015 was the last time we had a golden cross. And so I want to actually talk about that and how it relates to what might be about to happen with the price. So now this is not, I don't want to be putting my bear cap on here. Everything I've been talking about, pretty bullish signs. But I'm going to refer back to a prediction I've been working on for the last few weeks that I've talked to you guys about. And I'm going to bring it up again because here we go. On the weekly, we are right now, and I've talked about this if you've seen my previous videos, we're touching on the 50-week moving average. We actually got above it, but we weren't able to hold. We're literally testing at it right now. But weeks are, well, a week is a week, so these candles take longer to resolve. Well, we need to see how this week ends, if we can end above or below this 50-week moving average. But I want to talk about this in conjunction with the current golden cross and what that could mean. So again, people have talked about how we haven't seen a golden cross since the beginning of the last bull run in October of 2015. So let's take a look at 2015. Let's zoom back in time here. And here we go. Now, over here is around October of 2015. We'll talk more about that in a second. Here's the previous cycle where we got rejected off of the 50-week moving average. And so I don't have to do a lot of editing and post, and so you don't have to sit here and watch me jump back and forth across scales and time periods and probably get lost as to what I'm saying. I've taken some screenshots to highlight the points I'm about to make. So try to, bear with me here. So right here is July of 2015. And it's where we met and got rejected off the 50-week moving average, okay? So here's my first screenshot, is basically just this, just so you can see. This is basically the same time period, just this isn't live, this is the screenshot I just took. So basically the same time period. Now let's jump to the daily. All right, so right here's that spike. I don't have the 50-week moving average on here, but it would be coming right down through here. But what's happening on the daily is here is a golden cross that matches exactly with this spike, which matches with where we're touching that 50-week moving average. As you can see, there was a golden cross with the spike, but then we got rejected downward. It quickly turned into a death cross, about a month or so later, 2 months later, because it's the reverse of a golden cross, which didn't last very long. And then we had another golden cross, and that's the one they're talking about. The last one started right before the last bull run. That's the one that kicked off the bull run. However, I could make the case that we're closer to right here in the cycle. This is more likely the golden cross, because before that there hadn't been one in a very long time. And let's look at what's happening right now really quick. Now, again, this isn't live, but this was just taken a little bit ago. Here's where we are now, the 50-week moving average. We're touching on it. We have not closed above it. And if you look at the daily, we have this spike happening here right as we make this golden cross. Now, I am not just being bearish. I'm not here to say, oh no, it's definitely about to crash at all. I'll be the first to admit, this is all based off of one previous market cycle, because that's all the data I really have to work with. So let's go back to basically the live view. There's no guarantee that history is going to repeat itself. Again, one other market cycle this has happened that I can talk about. However, it is set up looking a lot like that exact setup. We are touching on the 50-week moving average, and we just had a golden cross on the daily time frame. So basically, what I'm saying here is one of two things is probably about to happen. If we can close this week above the 50-week moving average, if we can get this candle above it and close out, there's a really good chance that history's not going to repeat itself, and that then we will probably sail on to at least 6,000, and I would submit probably even get above 6,000 and at least start using 6,000 as support. That's my bull scenario. If we can close this week above this 50-week moving average, history probably won't repeat itself and will probably carry on to 6,000 and above. If we can't, there's a very real chance if in the coming days we start seeing red candles on the daily, if we start having lower highs and lower lows, and especially if we break 5,300, then we're probably looking for a bit of a tumble, and I would submit we're probably at least going down at least 5,000, probably to back before April 1st, down to the low 4,000s or something, testing at least towards those lows. I'm not saying that'll happen, not trying to be an overly bearish person. It's an either or. It's either going to defy what happened last time or it's going to repeat itself. And I just thought you guys should be aware of this, what I'm observing here, and that it actually still fits with this golden cross that we're seeing. So there it is. We might go up to 6,000 and beyond. We might be about to have a couple more months of crypto winter. The next day or two really should tell us where this is going. Well, that'll about do it for me yet again. As I always say, and this is probably more true than most weeks, this is not investment advice. These are just my observations. Go do your own research. Come to your own conclusions. Until next week, don't forget to like and subscribe. Good luck with those trades.